Have you ever noticed that sometimes we keep doing that same thing like over and over again? So just take a moment and reach back to your memories and see if you can just select one of those things. Well, in today's video, I'm just going to walk you through a quick exercise using your hands to help you to navigate, to be able to pull back and notice when you're about to get pulled back into that loop. And there's part of you that's going, oh my God, what am I doing? Am I going to do this again? And there's another part of you, well, this must be true and I have to follow this. I just got to keep doing this. And you keep getting the same result. All right, so I'd like for you to just bring to mind one of those situations, those times in your life where you find that you keep getting pulled into, I don't know, a ruminating thought, or perhaps like, I have to do this, or you're fixating on a particular task, even though that task doesn't really need to be done right now. Take a moment and just find that. Kind of lean into it. Bring it into your experience. Now, what I'd like for you to do is imagine that in your right hand, there is a list. And on this list are your experiences dealing with a situation like this. What would you put on here? I was able to get through it. Even though it seemed overwhelming, I somehow made it happen. I had the resources. I had the friends and the family that I could reach out to. I'm still here. Still doing the things that I do. Experiences. Now, in your other hand is what your mind is telling you. You're overwhelmed. It's going to take you out this time. Oh my gosh, never going to be prepared for this. Not good enough to do this. You're going to mess the whole thing up. This is what the mind is saying. And along with all those thoughts come thoughts and emotions and memories and sensations, because you can find things in your life where these predictions, these statements were true. But over here in your right hand, you made it through. You may have made some mistakes. Some of these things may have been true, but you found out, you learned from those things, you adjusted for it the next time. So you may have messed up here, but down here, you actually figured out, you remembered that, you used it in a positive way. In other words, this is basically your experiences that got you to this point. And perhaps you're still tripping over a couple things. We're human. That's what happens. Anywhere you go in the world, this process is constantly happening, unfolding. The thing is that if you could remember this exercise, my experiences on my right hand, what my mind is telling me in my left hand, ask yourself, when I find myself in these situations, these challenging situations, which hand are you paying attention to? Which hand are you putting more emphasis on? Which hand are you believing? Chances are, if you're like everybody else, we're going to naturally focus here. That thinking aspect of your mind is trying to give you some information to help you out. But these are predictions. This hasn't happened yet. You haven't failed yet. You may feel overwhelmed, but it hasn't buried you yet. And when we look over here, we realize it hasn't buried me. I'm still here. I'm still doing what I need to do. These are facts. These are not predictions, possibilities, worth noting. If this was an advisor, yeah, I would take these things under consideration and then go back over to here. Sometimes this is referred to as the wise mind and the thinking mind. Which one are you going to pay closer attention to? These are facts, and these are thoughts. And thoughts, in this instance, they're not facts. So, simple exercise to keep with you and to think about when you find yourself dealing with something that's coming up that you know is going to be difficult, a test, a performance review, a project that you're working on. a visit to the dentist. These are the facts. These are your experiences. I did fine the last review. I did okay that test, but I studied more for it this time. And when I've studied in the past, I do better. The dentist is over in 45 minutes and I go home. I'm okay. I can deal with not being okay for 45 minutes. Versus, you're gonna be overwhelmed, you're gonna be buried, you're not gonna make it, you're gonna fail the test, and the dentist is going to be the worst thing ever. Which hand are you gonna believe? Which hand is actually factual? I hope this was useful, and until the next time, may you be well.